The Malt Liquor Project looks at Steel Reserve 211. This is the 6% version, and if you look on the Miller Coors website, they actually show a different can design. They call it Steel 6. I have never seen the Steel 6, I've just seen this one, the high gravity. This is the 6% version, like I said, introduced in 2003. Now originally when Steel Reserve 211 showed up around here, 1998, it was this, the Steel Reserve High Gravity 8.1% version, which is the typical one that you will see. And it used to say age 28 days. Miller took it over in 2001 from the little company that started it, and they dropped the 28 days. I guess they didn't do it didn't age it 28 days. If you look at the back of the label, you'll see 211 on the inside of the label. Here is an 18-ounce bottle, 6%. You'll see these quite a bit around here. We get it in the 18-ounce clear bottles, 6%. You'll find it very often in 12 packs of 12-ounce cans around here, and 6 packs of 16-ounce cans. You will never see this in Louisiana, the Steel Reserve Triple Export. I bought this in northwestern Georgia, right off of the Interstate 59. And I have seen it up in New York, but this one is sort of rare relative to the silver can. But I did some research on the Miller Coors website. This 8.1 silver label and this 8.1 black label have the same exact specifications: alcohol, grams of fat, calories, everything. So what does that lead you to believe? That it's the same beer in two different can labels, much like the Magnum malt liquor and the Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor, which if you check the Miller Coors website have exactly the same specs. Well, anyway, we're going to look at the one I can get in Louisiana, a 16-ounce can of Steel Reserve High Gravity 6%. This beer has won 2 gold medals and a bronze at the Great American Beer Festival and World Beer Cup. But they don't say on the Miller Coors website whether it's the 8% or the 6%, so I'm presuming it's the 8%. The Bros give it a good score for the 8.1. Now for the 6% rate beer, saying a 10 out of 100, so very bad. But yet for the style malt liquor, they're giving it what, an 87 out of 100? So what does that tell you? They don't like the style, but within the style they say it's really exceptional. So I must like the style, right? I wouldn't be doing the Malt Liquor Project if I didn't like the style. It's one of the many Miller malt liquors, and no one has as many malt liquors, I don't think, as Pabst Brewing Company. We're going to look at those later. Thin white head, I think it would be thicker and a narrower brim and taller glass. And a clear, bubbly, golden appearance. Very standard malt liquor appearance. And what is malt liquor? What is the difference between malt liquor and lager beer? There is no difference. Malt liquor is simply extra strong beer. If you go to Canada or Great Britain, for instance, those two countries don't even use the term malt liquor. They say extra strong beer. Malt liquor was a term invented by the beer industry to skirt U.S. liquor laws, which don't allow products above 5% alcohol to be called beer. So that's why they came up with that term in the late 1940s. Steel Reserve 6% has a sweet grain aroma. You get the barley malt and the corn, yellow corn grits. Miller uses yellow corn grits as their adjunct, which they very clearly show on their website. On the brewing process section, in the brewing process section. With this beer, you're getting a really sweet, not overly sweet, but a sweet, grainy flavor. Grain meaning the barley malt and the corn. Getting a light to medium mouthfeel. You can feel the carbonation, prickly carbonation. And you're getting a crisp, very clean, refreshing, and highly drinkable finish. One thing you have to admire about Miller Brewing Company is their quality control standards are astronomically high. They don't really put out any bad products with any foul aromas or flavors. So if you're looking to check out malt liquors, Steel Reserve 6% is an excellent, very smooth beer to try. Now, I find that the 8%, 8.1% is a little harsh, kind of hard to take, a little too strong for my taste. I mean, it's a good high gravity malt liquor, don't get me wrong. The style is not really for me. That high gravity 8, once you get above say 7%, gets a little too much for me to take. But for your standard malt liquor, which is your 5.5 to 6.5, you know, your traditional malt liquor alcohol level, this might be, it's certainly one of the best. It could maybe make the argument that it is the best. So I would be curious to see what the viewer, the viewer, would say about it if you try some of the 6% version of Steel Reserve, and let me know what you think. I'd be quite interested to hear your opinion about it. It has just enough hop bitterness to keep that sweetness from overtaking it. I think it's really a very enjoyable, extra strong lager beer. Thank you for watching this video production.